A trader sent me a tweet. I've been trading for 5 years already and have made nothing. Should I quit? This tweet inspired this video and a deep dive into the important topic for the trading community. You want to be a trader and you've started, you're not doing well, you're not sure if you should quit. Well, in this video, we're going to help you determine if you should quit as a trader. Ironically, learning when you should quit will also teach you what you must do to improve as a trader. Hi, I'm Mike Bellafiore, and I'm the co-founder of SME Capital, and we're a proprietary trading firm located in Midtown Manhattan. And I'm also the author of the trading classic One Good Trade and the Playbook. Click our subscribe button so you don't miss any of the trading videos that we're producing for you in the trading community. Well, in this video, you're going to learn how to determine if you should quit as a trader. You're also going to learn the best answers from the trading community on whether this trader from the tweet above should have quit. What questions to ask yourself as to whether you should quit. What you should be doing so you don't actually have to quit. For those who want guidance on whether they ought to hang it up as a trader, we hope this video helps. If you want to learn 3 real-world setups that our traders use, including the simple setup that we teach all of our new traders, and the setup that turned one of our traders into a 7-figure big money earner, check out the free webinar that we're currently running. Just go ahead and click the link that should be appearing right now at the right-hand corner of your screen. That's going to open up this free registration page in a new window. Don't worry, you're not going to lose this video. You're going to learn more in a couple of hours from this trading workshop than from years of online education. Should I quit? I received this tweet from a trader who's been trading for 5 years who hadn't made any money yet and asked whether or not he should quit. That teed up a really good discussion for the trading community. We got a lot of responses from people trading out there. Let's go through the best of those answers. There are a lot of really good ones, and then I'm going to add my commentary to help you create this template for whether or not it is time for you to hang it up. The big reward for those of you who aren't anywhere near close to this is that you're going to get a nice blueprint as well as to the things you should be doing to succeed. All right, eliminate your mistakes. Thanks to Akil Stokes for his contribution right here. So a really great way for you to get better. Something that I've tweeted about, and really one of the best live presentations that I actually have heard over the years was at Ozark Trades. And he talked about how he did this actually at the end of the year, which really helped him trade better. Went over all of his trades for the year. One of the ways that he got a lot better is he just eliminated the things that he wasn't doing particularly well. He eliminated the trades that weren't really working for him. So yeah, you might have some good in your trading, and if you can keep the good and eliminate the bad, your results may be very different. So you want to ask yourself, if I eliminated the mistakes and did more of the good stuff, what would my results really be? And give yourself an honest calculation. You need the right training. And so you need to learn trading strategies with Edge. If you're getting a bunch of trading data and your results are pretty bad, but that's because of the fact that you've learned strategies that don't work anymore or are outdated, you want to think about whether or not you need to learn some better strategies. You got to ask yourself that question. What are the strategies that you did learn? Do you know people that are doing well at trading those strategies? Maybe those strategies worked a long time ago, but are people making money using those strategies right now? And if they're not, you probably need some better training. Get a good mentor. I've seen this on our trading desk. We have had, I'm thinking of the last guy that became a 7-figure trader on our desk. He started with one particular mentor. We switched him to a different coach. And when we did that new coach matched his talents better and was a better overall mentor and coach to him. And the trader went from fledgling to now a 7-figure, really solid trader with even much more upside. And so that's a big part of your learning. If you're sitting there and you don't have a mentor or you don't have a good mentor, that could be the thing that's really holding you back from figuring out what your potential is. Do you have the right support system for your trading? At a prop firm, we've got a lot of resources. We've got great technology, we've got a lot of capital, we've got experienced traders that sit around traders. You can talk to people who are doing things differently than you. You want to ask yourself that question. If you were to have better resources, better technology, more capital, experienced traders sitting around you, what could that, coaches like Dr. Steenbarger, help from Steve Spencer and myself, a senior trader who you could watch in real time, what would that do to your trading? And it may just be that your support system is just not good enough. Trade the right niche for you. So again, I've seen this. I've seen guys trade a particular product, switch to another product, have really poor results in that former product, and then when they switch to that new product, really hit it out of the park. I've seen guys who weren't particularly good at scalping, who switched to swing trading, do really, really well. I've seen guys who were swing traders switch to scalping, who've done really, really well. I've seen guys switch from stocks and play to inefficiency trading, do really, really well, and vice versa. So you got to really get that niche right for you. What are your cognitive and personality strengths? And do you trade a system that is enhancing, supplementing best for your unique talents? Is your passion trading? Is trading your passion? This is something that requires lots of work outside of trading hours. If this is something that you don't really love, you're probably not going to be that good at it. You want to find something that melds your talents with your passion, become really good at something. You want to meld your talents with your passion, become really good at something. So if you don't have that passion, it could be a good time for you to think about moving on and doing something else. And I'll just say this, I've seen lots of guys, train lots of guys inside and outside the firm who recognized they didn't really love trading and gone on to be really successful at other things using what they learned in trading, parlaying what they learned in trading into a new job and a new career. Build from your best trades. So Sam says, recently in Sydney at Mike Bellafiore, that's me, suggested to take whatever is working and try to make it better and bigger. Go look back at those 5 years and see what kinds of trades worked for you, the common variables, build your playbook around those trades, and don't trade outside your playbook. Couldn't have said it better myself, Sam. Second book I wrote, it's called The Playbook. An exercise that we do internally here is when we see a trade that makes sense for us, we archive it. We archive it in a special way called a playbook. When we develop playbooks, then we trade them live. We tag and measure all of our trades in TraderView. And when we see that we're having success in a particular type of trade, that's a big deal. And we're going to do more of that, and we're going to do it bigger. We're going to take that trade, we're going to build technology to make sure we find more of those trades. We're going to increase our risk on those trades. We're going to build alerts and filters and scripts so we capture more of those trades. And we're going to build from our strengths. When the marketplace is showing us after we've tagged and measured particular types of trades and we're consistently profitable in them, we have to build from there. Are you doing the work? So Michael says, if he's taking trading seriously and making an honest effort by journaling his ideas, identifying his mistakes, following his rules, and showing improvement, then he shouldn't quit. After 5 years of not making money and not doing this, then he's not taking it seriously. Look, Dr. Steenbarger says this a lot. What kind of work are you doing outside of trading hours? You want to be doing more work outside of trading hours than trading. And so you want to have, and I've said this before, you can go find some videos on our YouTube channel that there's a particular video that we did called Win the Day. If you're not winning the day in each one of the things that matter, then step it up. You got to win the day in your AM prep. You've got to win the day in your stock selectivity. You've got to win the day in your self-talk. You've got to win the day in watching your tape back. You've got to win the day in your playbook trades. You've got to win the day in your TraderView trades that you're uploading in. You've got to win the day in talking to other traders on the desk. And then all of that work each day compounds and compounds and compounds, and that is how you get really good results. So Harry says, work harder, continuing on this theme. Yeah, look, this is not for everyone, and this is a competitive game. You got to bring your best to this particular pursuit. So I heard really one of the more inspiring things in our training room yesterday from Dr. Steenbarger to a really talented trader who said just about the most motivating thing that I've actually ever heard said to a trader. And he looked at the trader and he said, you have immense talent. You're meant to do great things. You owe it to yourself to do the work urgently so that you can see how good you can be. And you owe that to yourself as well. If you have a talent for trading, and this is something you really want to do, you owe it to yourself to make sure you're doing all the things that successful traders do to become great. So should you quit? Yes, if you lack the talent. So in the responses, there were quite a few never quit, never give up, keep going. Many were actually pretty humorous. Well, look, yes, you should quit if you don't have the ability. And there are going to be lots of people who try it, who for whatever reason, aren't cut out for it. And so Sam says, just like being a lawyer is not for everyone or an artist is not for everyone, it's no shame to call it quits after a serious endeavor. And so, yeah, I mean, you may not have the ability to be a successful trader. You may not have the processing ability. You may not have the temperament for it. You may not have the analytical skills for it. This is kind of a silly game that rewards certain skills. That doesn't mean you can't be a great salesperson. It doesn't mean you can't be a great coach. It doesn't mean you can't be a great business owner. It doesn't mean you can't be a great lawyer. It doesn't mean that at all. But to be great at something requires talent. And there's a need, particularly in short-term trading, to be able to process information quickly, to analyze information well, and for whatever reason, some people are gifted with other talents. So you don't want to just be not doing well, and think, if I just work harder, things are going to be better. It's entirely possible that your talents are elsewhere. Do not let trading cause financial distress. So one of the more disheartening things that I see from my seat are people that get themselves into financial trouble because they're sticking with trading. The most distressing thing is when a family gets in the middle of that. So when somebody has this dream to be a trader and they try too hard at it, the money runs out, they take on debt, they're not doing better with trading, there's bills to pay, kids to feed, clothes to buy, and they put that pursuit of being a trader over everything else. Or you're a younger person and get yourself into way too much debt and ruin your credit, which, one of these days you're gonna meet somebody and get married and have a family, and you're gonna have to go buy a house for which they're gonna look at your credit report and for which it needs to be good for you to be able to buy that for your son or your daughter. And look, financial stress happens. Some people start small businesses and it's inevitable. Some risks are worth it and there's not much people can do about it. But trading is one of those things that you can control your risk, and it's just not worth it. Trading's just not worth it to set yourself up for future harm to your family or to yourself if you're not getting it quickly. You gotta have enough money in the bank to sustain the learning curve. You don't want to put yourself in too much financial distress to chase a dream when you don't have results to show it. Peter on the Wall says, absolutely not. See, I told you there were some of these people who were pontificating never to give up. You should be improving after 12 months. Your trading stats should get better. You should make progress with the skills that go into good trading, day by day, week by week, month over month, quarter by quarter. You should notice your stock selection is getting better. You should recognize your understanding of your playbook, what you do well is getting better. You should be using technology better. You should see setups that you have with edge. There should be some trades that you're tagging and measuring that show edge. Maybe you take 12 trades. There should be 2 or 3 of them that you can name, that right off the top of your head you can tell me the variables about. And we measure them, you trade them profitably. Yeah, you should have something. You should have something in there that's successful. It can't all be negative. And if it's all negative, then that's not a particularly good sign. So if not, then you should move on. In the end, the decision is up to you. So Dave reaches out and says only he can answer. 5 years is a long time, enough to have enough inputs to answer thoughtfully. Have you enjoyed it? Since he's asking this, Dave thinks this is a good sign. But yeah, I mean, at the end, there needs to be an analysis done by you and a decision by you as to what you really want to do. And I say that because when I think of this question, I can't help but go back to an email that I got about 6 years ago from a trader who I knew in college, and I knew when he got his first professional trading job, and who reached out to me 10 months after he started trading. And I'll read you the email. And the trader writes, "Hey Mike, if you have the time, I could use some advice. I've now been trading about 10 months at, and I redacted the name of the firm, and learning from one of the best traders. For our style of trading, the firm as a whole finds this to be one of the most difficult markets in decades, yet some of the veteran traders are putting up great numbers, and even some of the new guys are able to scrape together a decent month. As for me, I've really been struggling, and I'm probably towards the bottom of my class. My whole life I've succeeded and become the best at whatever I've put my mind to, whether through intelligence or sheer determination, yet for the first time ever I find myself at a total loss. Every month I put in more effort, and while I learn so much each month, it never translates into results. I feel as if I'm always 1 month behind this market, where whenever I push my trading to the next level, the market gets harder and some of my best plays stop working and the market finds new weaknesses in my trading. After putting so much heart and effort into something and getting no positive feedback, the emotional aspect is really taking a toll on me. While this has been my dream job, and I don't know what else I would do, I'm starting to get pretty disenchanted with the whole thing. At what point should a trader give up? Really appreciate your thoughts." And so look, I know that there are lots of people out there who have started trading and are not seeing the results. And the questions that we posed prior to this email are worthy of you asking yourself, and that template that we organized for you is worthy of you sifting through to make a quality decision. You should show improvement day by day, week by week, month by month. But I will say that it is very common at the beginning of your career to struggle. It is very common, like this trader, to spend that first year, the first 18 months, learning and trying to figure out what your niche is, what your playbook is, what your strengths are, set up your technology to exploit them, to master those setups, to build from your strengths. It takes some time. And so, for those of you who are asking yourself whether you should quit and think just because you're asking yourself that question, that must tell you the answer. That must mean that you should. Or those of you who start in the first 10 months to 12 months who are disenchanted and think there really is no hope that you're going to do better, or that the start means this is what the rest of your career is mostly going to look like, I'll say to you, what do you think happened to this trader above? What do you think happened to this trader who in his first 10 months is reaching out to me, essentially asking me whether he should quit? Well, this trader today is one of the very best active short-term traders on the street. Last year he made over $4 million in trading profits. Before that, he made over $3 million in trading profits. He's one of the best traders at his firm. That was his start. That's what he was thinking about. Notice, however, how much work he was putting into it. Notice, however, that he does have the resources. Notice that he does have that great mentor to learn from. Notice that he does have that passion for trading. And just as a personal note, he certainly had the ability, the talent to be a good trader. So think of this trader. If that's you, think of these questions. Make the best decision for you. Hey, so go ahead and click our subscribe button so you don't miss any of the trading videos that we're producing for you in the trading community. And please add your feedback in the comment section for what videos you'd like for us to produce next and what you found helpful from this video. From all of us at SMB, train and trade well.